The next drawing we're going to do should actually be very easy for you guys to complete at this point. So we're going to go to our start, open up a new drawing, come down here, make sure your grid is on, your snap is on. Once again, make sure your ortho is off and your object snap is off. We're going to set our grid and our snap, so you're going to right click on that, go to your snap settings. We want our snap to be at 0.125, so 0.125. And we want our grid to be at 0.5. So our grid is fine, we just needed to change our snap settings. So click OK on that. Once you're done with that, we are going to start our drawing. Now this is a combination of rectangles and circles. It's very, very simple. And we are going to have to repeat some circles, which makes it even easier for us. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to have to draw a rectangle that's 6 by 6. No specific coordinates for this. We just have to kind of select an area. So I'm going to select right down here. Make sure you're on a point that's easy for you. So I'm going to select there, and it needs to be 6 by 6. So I'm going to go, oops, I'm going way too big, up 6 and over 6. So both boxes should say 6 by 6. Now remember, your snap and your grid is smaller, so, and then I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to zoom into this by double-clicking the wheel, the scroll wheel on the mouse, or coming up to here to use the zoom extend. Kind of going to pan this to where it's nice and centered. All right, so this is the outside of our shape. Now in the center, we're going to have to draw a circle. And we don't have any exact coordinates for that, but we do know if this is 6 long, then 3 should be the centered. So I'm going to take my circle tool, I'm going to use the diameter circle, and I'm going to actually just move my mouse or my what is this, cursor over to where it's at 3. So if it's at 5, 5 plus 3 is 8, so I'm going to move it to 8. And then if it's at 2.5, I'm going to move it up to 5.5. Oops, 8 and 5.5. Now your numbers might look a little different depending on where you select, but pretty much you just need to find the center of your square. So it should be, if this is 6, 3 would be the center. So you may have to count your boxes based off your grid, but the grid should be 0.5, so it should be 12 small boxes by 12 small boxes. So if you count 6 boxes in, you should be able to find the center. So our inside diameter of our circle is 3.5, enter. So there's the center inside. Now we are going to have to place 6, 7, 8 different circles at different points. So I'm going to use our circle diameter tool, and the first circle is going to be half an inch in on each side. So it's going to be half inch in, which is 0.5. So 0.5 in by 0.5. So if I go here, this is 5.5. I should, oops, 2.5. So technically it should be right at the small box right there of our circle, of our grid. So I'm going to select there, and the diameter of this is 0.25. Okay, so that's the center. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my copy tool, select my circle. I want the center. Make sure you get the center of this circle. Our next small circle is going to be 2.5 away from this circle. It should technically be the center. So yes, that's the center. And then our next one is going to be another 2.5 away from that. So it should be 5 away from the original. So 5. So there's 2.5 spacing between each of these. Then from our first circle here, we want to go up 2.5, and that's going to be our next circle. And then I'm going to zoom out a little bit. We're going to need to go up 5 right there. Now to get these ones, it might be a little harder. So what I'm going to do is click Enter, and I'm going to copy this circle. So I'm going to use the copy tool again, select this, Enter, make sure we get the center. So we need to have the same spacing. It needs to be 2.5 away and 5 away. I'm going to press Enter again. I'm going to use the copy tool one more time, select Enter, get the center, and I'm going to bring this down 2.5. So those numbers that show up on your screen next to your tool are extremely important. So I'm going to select Enter, and here we have our last drawing. So this one should be very, very simple with the copy tool and the skills you have drawing circles and rectangles at this point. Should only take you a few minutes.